Shannon, what do you make of this?
Well, looking at Kyler, I guess he's bigger than what people thought. Seeing him, Skip, I thought he was. I didn't know he'd measure at 5'10".
Because you saw him across the room.
Across the room at the Super Bowl.
Right.
5'10", 207 pounds, 9.5-inch hands. That's to make a long story short, he's an average sized man playing a big man's game.
True.
It's as simple as that.
Okay. Yep.
And if he's drafted in the first round, he'd be the first quarterback selected in the first round under 6 foot. Michael Vick and Johnny Manziel. Russell Wilson's 5'11", but he didn't go in the first round.
Okay.
So, Skip, I mean, you got to be pleased. I mean, he's 5'10", so it's not. I mean, he's not going to grow. As long as he didn't come in at 5'7", 5'10" is a decent height. I mean, he's played this long and he's played well. The concerns is I'm sure, if you put him under center, how well is he going to be able to throw then, as opposed to being able to throw, you know, from the shotgun? Shotgun, you know, there are lanes and things of that nature. Haskins is 6'3" and 3/8, 231, 9 and 5/8 in hands. He's a bigger man. He's more prototypical than Kyler Murray. But someone's going to fall in love with Kyler Murray, and someone's going to take him fairly high. The question is, the Cardinals have the first pick, and everybody knows what Cliff Kingsbury said. Now, Cliff said this leading up to, I think they were getting ready to play them.
They were.
And he had no idea that he would be the Arizona Cardinals head coach.
Exactly.
He might still not believe he's there.
Exactly.
Right?
So you can say, if I had a number one pick, I would select him. But then you get fired, and now you're the head, you know, the offensive coordinator at USC, and somehow you keep failing upwards, and now you're the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Skip, I do not believe, and Steve Keim says says that Rosen is our quarterback for now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yep.
For me, I don't believe that they're a quarterback away from being a very good team.
Yep.
If you could take that first-round pick and someone's willing to give you multiple picks, Skip, they were last in basically all offensive categories. So they need a lot to be desired.
Okay, you know what the ultimate nightmare would be? If you take that big draft haul and you give somebody else Kyler Murray with the #1 overall, would you live to regret it and regret it and regret it if Josh Rosen continues to play average to below average football and Kyler takes off?
But do they have good to great players surrounding Josh Rosen? Because if you think that this Kyler Murray kid is going to do that with that level of talent and that offensive line that's around him, you're sadly mistaken.
Not sure about that.
Okay.
I think he is very special.
Okay.
And I am here to say I'm shocked by the height. I was going to try to hold your feet to the fire if we were waiting on the measurement and make you guess it, and I was going to guess a flat-out 5'9".
I was going to say the same thing.
All
right. I was going to say 5'9".
5'10" and an eighth, and I know we're only dealing with an inch and an eighth, but it seems like a mile.
Especially that 1/8. I'm like,
I know.
all right.
What?
He's
so now he's 6'5". So basically for 5'10" and an eighth, it's like 6'4".
It feels 6'5".
I'm surprised by this. I thought 5'9" and a half. I thought.
And obviously, I can't put a lot of stock in 207 because he might have eaten 4 dinners last night, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible? The weight you can.
Or drink a lot of water.
Or drink a whole lot of, because water is really heavy.
It is,
you know.
very dense.
Okay, so he probably did all the above. Do I guess he's more of like a 197-pounder? I do.
Yes.
I do. But the hand size, I was afraid he might have small-ish hands in their average size.
Right.
That 9.5 is right in the median size of all NFL quarterbacks.
He's an average-sized man.
Okay? So, just for the record, Dak Prescott had 10.875 hands. That's huge.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay? Carson Wentz had 10 flat hands, 10.0. That's really, really big.
Yes.
Russell Wilson had 10.25 for a little man on height. It's huge. It's huge. Then we go to the other end of the spectrum. Jameis at, what do we give Jameis, 6'4"?
Yeah.
Almost 6'5", maybe? He's got small hands for his height at 9.3, smaller hands than Kyler has.
Yes.
And then we can go all the way down to Jared Goff had 9 even hands. So he's got little hands.
Wow.
So just keep that in some perspective, that he's got sort of average-sized hands, okay, which is fine.
Right. And here's the thing. where hand size come into play, Skip, if you're going to be playing a lot in inclement weather, if you're playing outdoors, you're playing in Pittsburgh, you're playing in New England, Buffalo, you need hand size to grip because it's going to be windy, it's going to be slush, it's going to be rain. So for him, he's going to be, if he goes to Arizona, indoors, 8-game indoors, San Francisco, okay. The Rams, L.A., weather's not going to be an issue. Seattle. That might come into play. So those are the things that that hand size, and this is why you're like, okay, I need to know. That's why Russell. Now, Russell does because he holds onto the ball a lot and he gets strip sacked. But he really has no problem throwing the ball in inclement weather.
Okay. So, obviously, Steve Keim wanted to plant the seed yesterday that we are open for business. Right now, he's our quarterback. Just to send the signal, send the threat that, well, we might just take Kyler with the first overall pick. And if you fall in love with him, you're going to have to come talk to us, right? So I get that, but I still say there's danger in taking the draft haul for Kyler because I think Kyler's going to turn into something.
Skip, I do not see a team giving up a boatload of picks for a 5'10" quarterback. Now, if he was Kyler Murray and he was 6'4", okay. Woo, but for 5'10", Skip, man, I don't know.
Interesting. And I will point out, which I don't think we have yet on the show, that remember, Cliff Kingsbury's agent is now Kyler's agent. That's interesting. Who's also representing Johnny Manziel, whom we're about to talk about in a minute.
Now, San Diego, I mean, Atlanta did give up a boatload for Michael Vick. He was under 6 foot. I think he's 5'11". So they did. So this is not, but Skip, oh, man. Like I said, boy, I tell you what, if you're general manager and you make this move, you better be on firm ground.
Okay. I also want to point out that in today's Athletic, the film room, which is called Ted's Film Room, and I respect Ted Wynn, who does the film room. He was breaking down Dwayne Haskins today, and he made the case he's more of a second-round pick than a first-round pick. And I know that's semi-controversial because I do like Dwayne Haskins because it's hard to argue with those numbers, though he does argue with them. I love Kyler, but I like Dwayne. But he makes some fair points because he says that if you really break down Dwayne's tape, his footwork under pressure quickly deteriorates, and he has to improve his ability to read and react to blitzes. He didn't handle the blitz very well, and he was playing behind a really good offensive line, as was Kyler Murray. And the Athletic also says that Dwayne has good arm talent, but it's not amazing or on par with Kyler Murray's, and it's not. Kyler Murray's got a rifle, man, for his little stature because he was the 9th pick in the baseball draft as a center fielder.
He has a baseball arm.
He's got a baseball arm, and it's a big arm. And then the other point about Dwayne Haskins is those numbers are slightly inflated because he was a dink and dunker. They threw a whole bunch of 1 to 5 yard passes that were yards after catch. Okay,
he has big time receivers that on the jailbreak screen, and they go in 70
They do it, and they do those what do they call those tap passes? You know, the snap tap. You know, and they ran 18. He was 18 for 18 on those. So that kind of inflates it a little bit. I think he had 8 touchdowns out of those plays. So his conclusion is that he likes him, but he doesn't love him enough to give him a first-round grade. Just to keep this in perspective, and I think that's where you're going to hear all this start heading, that Kyler's stock will continue to rise and Dwayne's will stay pretty much.
Well, Skip, you know, they said the same thing about Cam. And there are some people that said, well, Jake Locker should go before Cam.
I didn't.
Oh, no.
I was big on no Jake Locker. I was big.
But there are people that, well, Cam, I mean, he's more of a runner than a thrower. And I don't think Carolina's disappointed that they took Cam Newton with the first pick. Because if you didn't reach in that draft in 2011, Skip, if you didn't reach for a player, you struck pay dirt. If you reached for the quarterback, Christian Ponder, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, and Skip, I'm shocked. Because like you said you're going to guess his height. You know, you hear all these rumblings where he's up to 206. Okay, I'm going to take people at their word and say 206. But I would have said 5'9". But this inch and 8 is almost like 4 inches to a normal quarterback. Because you think the normal quarterback, he probably got 6'1"-ish, and then he taps in at 6'3". Well, Kyler Murray is taller than what we thought. Just saying. I don't believe the Cardinals are one player away. Looking at that offensive line, looking at the skill positions around him, the defense was 26. The offense was dead last in a lot of categories. Skip, they're more than a quarterback away. They're way more. Ask Jimmy.
I know, but they're still a quarterback away. To me,
okay.
I'm just saying. I'm going to say it again. Every team that passes Kyler Murray will live to regret it. He's a special athlete. He's a special clutch playmaker. He's big-time clutch, man.
What, Johnny Manziel? Everybody that passed on him, glad they did.
Okay, well, that is true.
We're going to talk about him.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure Kyler Murray doesn't have a drug problem. I'm pretty sure of that. I'll be willing to stake my reputation he doesn't have a drug problem.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me put it to you like this. Do you believe that had Johnny Manziel not had these issues, he could have been a serviceable quarterback in the NFL?
Yes, I think he'd been a good quarterback. Boy, and a lot of people agreed with me on that.
No, Skip.
Boy, I saw a lot of Johnny. I saw him light people up.
Yeah, Skip, but here's the thing. Once you get to the NFL, yeah, improvisational skills are good if the play breaks down, but it seems to me that was the only way he was able to play.
Yep.
And that everything was impromptu.
Okay.
That he could play well off script, but it was that when you gave him the plays and said run this is where he failed to.
Okay, I got it.
Up.
Johnny had lightning quickness, but he didn't have this kid's quickness. No. Johnny ran 4.5 40, which is obviously, it's fast, but it ain't this fast.
Right. Yeah.
And Johnny had a slightly below average arm, kind of like a decent arm. He didn't have this whip. Right. He didn't have it.
I mean, but Skip, but Johnny was, I mean, you saw him in his last bowl game.
Yep.
He was spectacular.
Oh, you mean against Duke?
Against Duke.
Comeback?
Yeah. And if you could do that.
How about his bowl game against the University of Oklahoma? Yeah. Go look those numbers up.
Cooked them.
Go look at the rushing numbers.
Yeah, like 220 yards.
Remember this?
Yeah.
It was outrageous.
And if you could do that to anybody that could do what he did to St. Nick.
In Tuscaloosa. Oh. And then he really did it to him the next year, but they lost like 49 to 42.
Yeah. And he had almost 500 yards passing.
Was it Mike Evans helping him? Sure it was.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
So Kyler has to be pleased with his height.
He has to.
And at 5'10", he's an average-sized man. He's done well thus far, playing at 5'10".
Yep.
So I don't, but Skip, I don't know, Skip. I just couldn't. I couldn't pull the trigger. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, it remains to be seen. He says the indications are he will not throw on Saturday, but would he run the 40?
What else can we see from him?
Because if he
I guarantee he ain't breaking 4.4.
Okay.
He ain't breaking 4.4.
What if he throws up a 4.25?
Man, I bet he run no 4.25.
What would you say? What would you say? Yeah? Would that just close your case?
Yeah. You know he's not running 4.25.
I think
Skip, do you know what 4.25 is?
I do. I do. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Little Ross ran, wasn't he?
4.22.
Oh,
Chris Johnson.
Fast. He is.
But I've seen.
By the way, Ross is proving to be more of a trackster than a football player.
Inline speed.
I know. I got it.
My year, I went J.D. Williams.
Yeah.
Buffalo took him
Yep.
first. He ran 4.29.
Whew.
So that was the fastest 40 I've seen. I see a guy come in and run like 4.3.
Well, Dion went 4.2-ish, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But Skip, that's flying.
I know.
And guys that run that fast, they're normally track guys by nature. Tyreek Hill is probably low 4.3 guy, but he's a track guy. Track guy. Kyler Murray doesn't strike me as a baseball, basketball, football. Okay, I can see it. I don't see that kind of get out. Skip, you got to get out. I mean, you got to get out to run that fast. I mean, O'Shea Sharpe. O'Shea Sharpe used to get out back in the day.